All right, everybody, welcome back to Reseller Unscripted, and we have an amazing episode today. We're very, very excited. We have the queen with us, the queen of whatnot and beyond. We're excited to hear a little bit more about how she kind of really started the category on whatnot and what she did before that. And I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Okay, hi y'all. I'm Caitlin, otherwise also Caitieco. And I started this business when I was in middle school. So I was like 12 years old, and I had a bunch of like thrifted clothing and old clothing that I had like taken it to Plato's Closet, and I had gotten like $20 for it all. And I was like, what the heck? There has to be somewhere I can sell my clothing. So I went online, and that's when I found out about Poshmark. So for years and years, it went on of me just like selling my old clothing or going to the thrift store and buying out like the quarter rack. And so I would just like flip stuff online on like Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, all those like resale platforms. And fast forward, I'm 17. I graduated early from high school because I hated school. I was taking like entrepreneurial classes all throughout high school. So I graduated early at 17. This is when live selling starts to really like come on the map in the US. So I kind of got into it early, which was amazing. So this was like 2022, and I immediately start doing like $100,000 in sales a month from live selling. And I just remember feeling like, okay, this is like only the tip of the iceberg. Like this is about to be huge, because if I can do that at 17 years old from my parents' house in my childhood bedroom, like what can come of this if you have a warehouse and a team? So I just remember being like, oh my God, this is about to change my life. Like I felt that way. So then I started like I kind of stopped doing the thrifting because I would like drive back and forth every day to the thrift store to like go get inventory to sell during that show, and it just became too much. So that's when I started looking into liquidation and getting like suppliers and working with brands, and that kind of changed my life as well, because not only was it so convenient to have it show up, I wasn't like, it just cut out hours of sourcing for me. And once you've built your suppliers, then it's like they kind of take care of a lot of the stuff for you, because when we're selling, we don't have time to like while brand direct is good, sometimes it is like really nice to have just like suppliers. But anyway, so now I'm 20 years old. We go live every single day on Whatnot, and we're on track to do 10 million this year in sales. So, and also yay Ari too for also 10 million too. And yeah, so I'll be 21 in February. I can't drink legally yet, but yeah, that's my story.
21 in February means you're gonna come to ASD, right? In Las Vegas?
Maybe.
I'm surprised Whatnot hasn't been trying to drag you there to do a show.
No, it's going to be the Caitieco convention. There. That's what it's going to be. It's not even going to be an ASD or Magic. It's just going to be the Caitieco convention.
Let's do it. I'm going to have my own booth. I'm going to have my own booth at ASD.
Yes.
I do want to say one thing real quick, though, just because like I said it in the beginning, but Katie gets a lot of shit, and you'll never hear me curse on this podcast, but Katie gets a lot of shit. And I want everybody that's listening to hear me say this. None of us would be as successful if she did not pioneer this category out. She has brought over 6,000 people to Whatnot, and she doesn't get her flowers enough. She is constantly promoting Whatnot because Whatnot's not spending a nickel to promote it. And she just brings a vibe, and she has a very loyal customer base. And you deserve your flowers. You get a lot of poop all the time, and people need to start realizing that like the women's fashion category is really here only because of specific people. Otherwise, I have that same background as you. Like I did not do college and all this and that. Like I've always been in sales, so I can really relate to that. But your story is just like super cool. You deserve your flowers. And if anybody has a problem with it, y'all are just jealous.
Thank you.
Yes, I agree. It's funny because early on, so obviously Laura started our channel, and early on you were the first person that she brought up, and I didn't watch Whatnot outside of the sports card category at all. And she's like, oh my gosh, man, it would be so cool to like be like her and have that following, and she can literally just jump on and sell anything. And like, not only have you helped the app, but you've helped somebody like my wife be inspired to do what she's doing now. We have 20 plus employees now, and it's because of people like you that inspire other people to do that.
Love that.
It's awesome. So we have the utmost respect for you here, and we're so glad that you decided to come join us today. So
yeah.
take me back to the early days. You kind of went through it really quick. So early on, what was the driver? What got you into reselling? Was it something you bought and you sold to a friend? You're like, man, I can make some money doing this. Should I keep doing it? Or what was that driver?
Well, I knew I was gonna need something to support my lifestyle. So no, but I mean honestly, my mom was a real estate agent and there still is. She's alive very much so. But she's kind of like semi-retired right now. Which is great for her. But anyway, so on the weekends and stuff, when she was like showing houses, I'd be with my nana, and my nana was like a thrift. She was thrifty before thrifty was cool. And so she was like always taking me to like yard sales and thrift stores. And I honestly kind of learned how to like nickel and dime from her. And I guess I just realized like I saw how much people were like willing to get rid of stuff that they didn't want for cheap. And it just kind of like planted a seed in my head that like there's so much money to be made in the business of reselling.
And
And it just made sense.
there's so many different avenues to do it too.
Yes.
You don't have to be a whatnot seller. You can go,
No.
like you talked
You
about,
can sell
Poshmark is a
truckloads
huge
to
one.
Walmart. Reselling can be in so many different ways. I remember being younger and like I was always doing like lemonade stands and like stuff like that. Like I grew up on a farm, so there were like so many people who boarded their horses there, and I would like go set up shop there and get people to buy my lemonade and walk away with $100.
It really is an innate thing. I feel like ever since I was young, kind of the same deal. I was raised quite a bit by my grandma, and she just had that same mentality. I'm going to save a buck on whatever I can. And it created that mentality for me too, of just like, well, maybe I can turn this. I started in college. I made it through college flipping motorcycles. So I would buy
Wow.
motorcycles and just turn them. And one summer I made like 20 grand as a college student flipping motorcycles. And ever since then, it's been like, man, I need to find the next thing. And Whatnot's been a huge catalyst for that. So you said you did Poshmark. Was that the next kind of step?
My Poshmark account was created when I was 12 years old. I had
That's
my mom, I was
incredible.
like, Mom, I was like, you need to hook up your card to this. Like, we got to do this. So obviously, I didn't have a bank account or anything. And so she was like, I don't know about this, but she did it. And I was just like so happy. Like, every single sale I got was so exciting. And I just knew, like, okay, yeah, this is what I want to do. And that's when I, like, for the next, like, 8 years, I just hyper focused on, like, my brand and how I was gonna build it. And there's old videos of me when I'm like 15 years old doing 6-minute pitches, and I had like a 20-page business plan and all these things. Like it was very thought out. It was very thought out.
Yeah, if you want a cookie cutter on how to be incredible at social media, right here. Literally,
Facts.
so we just hired a social media manager. You were the first account that I gave him. I said, look at what she does and learn from her. Learn as much as you
I
can
love
because you
that.
do it so well and you do it in so many different ways. Not only is it about the numbers and what you're capable of doing,
Mhm.
but it's also about the product. You're showcasing your product coming in and creating buzz and excitement. And you're also showing off your personality. You want personality, so people are tied into what you're doing. They want to be a part of it. So definitely props to that. So how long was the Poshmark era before Whatnot started?
5 years, I guess. Just like the Poshmark, Mercari, eBay era of just like listing. And then right when I think it was like October, November of 2022, or no, it would have been 23. Gosh, I don't even know. Maybe it was 2023. But either way, it was November or October, and I was 17. And that's right when I got into the live selling. So I was only 17 for a couple months. And then pretty much right when I turned 18 is when I had gotten an email from Whatnot being like, hey, we'd love to have you over here, like come try out the platform. And I was like, yeah, okay. Because I had been on there obviously, and I was like, I just remember thinking like the features are better there. Like it was better for growth, where like Poshmark is always like so many steps behind them.
Hmm.
It's good to know to sell everywhere because you never know, but I definitely prefer selling on Whatnot over all the platforms.
Watching your social adventure, you and
Mhm.
Whatnot have had your spats. How do you feel?
Oh
How do you
yeah,
feel about
last
Whatnot
year.
as a company, about the future? No, it's so great. I want all the tea. I want to know.
I love Whatnot. It's a love hate sometimes because sometimes I wish that they would do certain things, or I wish that they would value their sellers a little bit more. I will say I do think that they're pushing newer sellers right now. It feels that way to me. Like sometimes I'll click on, I'm like, who the heck is this with like 300 people in the room? Never seen them before. And I felt like our viewership, like all of us OGs, our viewership was like not very good for a hot minute. I do feel like it's getting a little bit I feel like it's
Yeah.
getting a little bit better now because it's hard for it not to be. It's quarter 4. Like,
Yeah.
but I feel like last quarter 4 was a lot better than this quarter 4. I don't know if y'all feel that way too.
I definitely see the same thing. The worry there is they're giving this inflated confidence to newer sellers. When we first started, Laura spent the first like 6 shows just crying afterwards because it was so
Me
tough and you
too.
had to
The
cut your
shipping
teeth.
process, everything. Yeah.
But now if you jump on and Whatnot pushes your first 3 shows and they're amazing, and all of a sudden you're like, well, I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to go do this thing full time. It's incredible. And then a week later they stop pushing your shows and you're like, what?
100%. I am typically very like anti-course, but I'm taking it into my own hands. I am going to release something so that the news, cuz I have so many people who end up becoming sellers because of my videos. So I've decided I am going to like drop something that's like a detailed here's cuz I remember like crying shipping for the first time. Like I really want people to like understand like here's how I ship and like try to like break it down for the new sellers. Like it is important for us to have good sellers on Whatnot. And I feel like I almost want to take it in my own hands to help these people be successful because otherwise, if they're not, it reflects on everyone. It reflects on when we have these people selling out of their bedrooms and it's giving straight up ratchet, like it reflects on all of us. And it's like, I
100%.
don't feel like they do the best. I don't think they do the best like onboarding process for either sellers or
100%.
buyers because I have buyers who come in my show and they don't even know what the buy it now section is.
I totally
Yep.
agree with you on that
Very
also when you're
valid.
saying that. Well, the whole thing with like when I talk to brands a lot because I go brand direct all the time now and they're like, "Whatnot? I just saw like somebody selling out of their closet. Like you want me to sell?" And they assume that we're selling like these brands out of closets, yet they don't realize that there's the Caitiecos, the Our Cozy Corners, the all the big channels on here, and we do it in such a reformed way. So like when I
And they're
do
very prideful. They're prideful. They don't want to sell to us because they're like that's not what they want for their brand.
But what they're missing, and what I feel like, at least from going to Magic and stuff, that some brands are starting to recognize is we're not the Timu. There are a lot of incredible sellers that can get retail or over retail for those items. You think about a Farm Rio and someone like Miami running them, she can get retail or close to retail out of that stuff. So it's just finding the right sellers for their product to be represented in a way that makes sense.
And in a way it can grow their brand. I have a lot of brands that I've worked with that now thousands more people follow them because I sold that brand. So like my Moroccan bags that I sell, like the handmade the Ramla
Ramla.
bags, like I work direct with her and like we have a great partnership and a lot of people didn't know her brand before me and she's become a lot more successful through it.
Look at the POL blow up. We got on with POL early, and
That was insane.
it's wild. Now all of a sudden you go to the conventions to try to meet with them, and it's like, man, you got to have an appointment to be able to meet with them. And a year prior, it was like nobody was there. Nobody even knew because of Whatnot. All of a
No
sudden,
one even knew what
everyone knows
POL was.
POL. Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. So I think we as trendsetters are really trying to, we're changing that mindset where these companies are going to start to have to be like, okay, maybe this does make sense for us. Maybe this is an avenue that we need to go to.
People buy beauty products all the time. They're like, no one's heard of that brand, but like anything for the right price, you know?
I think in this new
So
age, honestly, like we're the new influencer. Like influencers in the past were like given a whole bunch of stuff for free, but the real new influencers in 2026 are going to be the owner operators. If you think about it, like we are the
yeah.
ones that actually own the product. We are the ones that are going to have the reach. So I see a lot of brands shifting to Whatnot to like top creators and letting us promote their brands. There's already a company out there that's in my phone every single day that wants me to hand out like affiliate marketing. I forget what they're called, but they give you like they wanted me to give out like Uber Eats and like DoorDash and this and that.
With
Top drawer.
yes.
Are you
Yeah,
doing
I've
it?
I've
we utilize. Yeah.
Is it
We
work?
have the Uber Eats and Sephora right now.
Is it worth it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know yet is the early answer. We
either
started like 3 weeks ago with them.
me too. Me too. I don't even know what we're getting paid for this.
I think you're not getting paid enough because I think they were offering too little. Like I think your stock is hot, so like you should be getting paid.
It's the
you know?
compound though. So those brands want to see that you can have a return on it, and then it
Got it.
compounds from there. Where their letters, they
Oh.
create specific letters for you, and once you do that, then you're getting paid 50 cents for every shipment or whatever.
And that's what I'm
So
saying. We're the
it can
new
add
age
up pretty
influencer.
big.
It's the new age
Yes.
influencer.
Did they send you ones that had expiration of like a week?
Yeah, they said they messed it up, and that they're still
Did you
valid.
keep putting them in?
Yeah, they said they're still valid even though the expiration passed, but I haven't seen
I
any
told them
money
I
from
wasn't
them yet.
gonna. I told them I wasn't gonna because I was like, that just is weird. Like they're gonna think it's expired. They're not gonna think to use it.
Yeah, and that was my thought process too. Like it's gonna hurt my metrics of what it looks like. But yeah, that was our first try. Was yours Uber Eats and Sephora too?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll see. They have not set up a payment platform or any way to pay us yet or anything like that. So
weird.
He's like, do you want to get on a call with French Montana? That's what he said. He said, do you want to get on a call? Because their business partner in there is French Montana. In top drawer. Yeah, and in the top drawer, French Montana is a partner in this.
Oh my God.
I just want to partner with Monster.
Me too.
Yes. I have a question. I have a good question.
Plug. Monster should sponsor our podcast.
No, Celsius or Prime
Just
Energy.
A sweet banner.
Oh my God.
No, not Prime.
You don't like Prime?
I agree. No.
It's not a vibe. It's for 12-year-old boys.
Ari is kind of, I mean, it makes sense.
Ouch.
It tracks.
I drink Prime in here all the time. Let me see if I have any in here. Oh, there's no Prime in here. There's just an old. Anyways.
So Katie, tell me about your behind the scenes. It sounds like Nana's still part of it, and now you got Parker as part of it. Anyone else?
I have about 10 packers that are full-time. So we've got Nana, we've got Parker. Parker does like morning shows. But like the other 10 people, they just like pack orders. So they come in like typical 9 to 5. I have all the labels separated out for them, and then they just pack for 8 hours. And they love working for me. Like all of my staff like loves the environment. It's really relaxed. It's just like, I don't know, it's just like a good environment. Everyone loves it. Like everyone tells me all the time, like we love working here. And I have a really, really good like staff right now. We like do like I kind of made a pivot recently to where I was like just hiring like high schoolers for like a good minute. And then I was like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. Like I want to get some good salary workers. I want to like pay for what I'm getting because you really do pay for what you get kind of thing. And so now I just feel like I'm in a really good place with like my behind the scenes of like, I have someone who's like warehouse manager, someone who's like manager of the Packers. And like, it takes a load off of me to where I'm not so stressed anymore that it's like all on me.
That's awesome. So you spend your time sourcing and running shows.
Sourcing, running shows. Yeah, just everything. I spend at least an hour a day on social media. Yeah. It fills up my day.
So 10 Packers, how many hours a day would you say that you're live?
Probably 3 hours a day. And then Parker's probably live an hour a day, my boyfriend.
That's incredible. 3 hours a day and 10 million in sales.
Yeah. It's crazy.
That is wild. Do you do anything outside of Whatnot? Do you still do Poshmark, Mercari, any of those things?
No, I like thought about like doing listings, but it's just too much when you can move it on Whatnot. I do a lot of wholesale though. I still do wholesale. I probably do like at least 500,000 a year in wholesale, which is just like, if anything, it just helps us to have more leverage in buying stuff to where we can like move some of it, you know?
Man, I suck so bad at wholesale. That's something Ari's done really good at too. I keep telling myself I'm going to buy these big buys and I'm going to sell them off. But I just never do. I just take the product and run it myself.
Well, there's that too. But also you like, once you start doing wholesale, you slowly build your clientele of wholesale, which makes it a lot easier. So then when you get something in, you're like, oh, I know blah, blah, blah is going to take this. So I'm going to just text them, and it's like becomes really easy. It can be annoying if you don't have the right deals or you're not buying for that person specifically. And then you're just kind of like stuck with something.
When I'm thinking about wholesale, honestly, it's like I'm always, because we're all getting offers every single day, you know, but I also like don't feel like just like blasting them out. I haven't figured that out yet. you know, it's just, it's so nutso. And I also like feel like right now, like people are like blowing us up for this inventory I have right now. And I'm like, I'm not wholesaling.
You could do a Patreon,
Why
like where
haven't
they
you done a
pay like
Patreon?
10.
Why haven't you done a Patreon or any of these things? Like you could sell a course and not a
That's what she was
shady
talking
way, but
about, was selling a course.
like
Doing a
literally
course.
send me a
I haven't told anyone, but my release date is going to be on Friday.
Ooh,
Friday.
any details?
I'll share the details I have so far. So I partnered with someone who had a really successful Amazon course explaining like how she had a successful Amazon business. And she was like, look, I had this awesome course. Like, I know you're so busy, but I'd love to like build this out for you. So we've spent probably like 40 hours the last couple weeks of just like on Zoom calls, recording clips, like all these things. So we're gonna have like multiple levels to it. The first one is gonna be like a cheaper option, but like kind of explains everything. Then we are gonna have a community that you can pay like monthly for. Like I'll be in there texting with everyone all day. And then on top of that, once I bill out those two items, I'm gonna go on to like a whole on like multiple month like class where like it is going to really, it's just like a more in-depth. But yeah, that's all I have so far. Friday is our plan to launch, but like I really want it to be like, I don't want it to get like a bad rep. Like I really want it to be good. I'm only like, we haven't even decided the price on it yet because I want to see like what it would be worth to someone first before I just come out with an outrageous number. And I don't want people to feel like they're getting scammed. Like I want them to feel like they're walking away with real information. So I think for a while I was afraid to do a course because it can have a bad rep. But I think that like if I do it right and it's actual good information, like it should be worth their money. And I really want to help people because people have begged me to make a course. So I'm like, well, there's obviously a market there. I might as well help people.
It's massive. I think that you're looking at it the wrong way if you think that the monetary value isn't worth it, because you think
Yeah.
about when you first started or when Laura first started, if somebody were to hand me a playbook and be like, hey, this playbook costs $100, this is
Yeah.
how you do it, like that is worth every cent. And that's why Ari and I started this podcast. We wanted to be able to, I feel like the natural progression right now, Whatnot is incredible community wise, is these
Yes.
larger sellers are now, I saw Moms and Crumbs is starting a podcast. You're working on a course. Ari and I are trying to do this podcast. It's a way for us to give back. Whatnot's changed our life, and we
100%. And
want
I
everyone
post
to do that.
Exactly. And I post a lot of free advice on Instagram too all the time, but I think it's like every single one of like it's our part to give back to the community, like everyone. And however which way you look at it, like, at the end of the day, like if you guys make money from the podcast, well, yeah, it's your time, you've earned it, or if I'm making money for the course, well, if they saw how many hours I'm putting into it, like it kind of all evens out for we have put in so much time to this course. It's like insane.
Yeah. And when you're good at something, it's good to get monetary value for that too. So,
True.
we
True.
got to take care of ourselves too. But if
And
that's
the
a
value that
springboard,
they're going to get out of it
exactly,
is so much more.
that's massive for sure. So talk me through your biggest hurdles right now. What are some of the blocks or things that you're struggling with?
Here's my biggest one: buying enough, but not buying too much.
Man, preach it.
It is, y'all, it keeps me up at night. It keeps me up at night. For an hour, I was like, I'm not going to look at my phone. I struggle to fall asleep. I don't know if y'all do, but
Yeah,
with like a
same.
business mind, I struggle to fall asleep. So like for an hour last night, I'm thinking about all the pallets I have coming in and how I can stagger ship them and beg them to hold a pallet here so that I can get one in here. And it is like, oh my God. But I don't know if you guys know this. You can, if you ever buy a big deal, you can store like 60 pallets for like $1,500 for a month.
At like a 3PL?
I don't know where the heck they go, but my broker does something with them and they stay there.
That's better than me. I have to pay like
That's
15 in, 15 out, 30 to hold, and then I ended up, it adds up too, for sure.
Maybe because it's Virginia.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, literally.
Do you do
Yeah,
that a lot, Ari?
No, I actually took over 6,000 squares in our current warehouse, and we moved everything over here full time now. So I have my own
Okay.
dedicated area. But before, I was telling Dusty about this because, like, I haven't spoken about this on the podcast, but like 2 months ago, we got hit with a $150,000 bill for warehousing, and it made absolute no
What do you mean?
sense. I got hit with a $150,000 bill for warehouse. It was a mistake, but it was just like in New York and New Jersey, it's so expensive for everything. I really wish I
Did
wasn't
you
running my
pay it?
business. No, heck no. Valerie went in and did a full recon on it. God bless Valerie. What an amazing woman.
Yeah, she's a legend.
So is she in the business with you, Ari?
Yeah, so Valerie's been in the business for 2 years unofficially, but now she officially
Right.
is in the business. You know, it's been honestly the best decision I've ever made, actually.
I agree.
Besides adding Gabe, like Valerie, I'll tell you why it's so, and you probably can relate to this too, and so can you, Dusty, and I haven't been able to relate to this till now, is like having my significant other in the business like has made such an impact to like where it's like I'm solving problems with Valerie now. Like she's helping with so many other things. Like, it just makes it so much more fun at the end of and like we're building something together now. And it's just like
Yeah,
so
we
much more.
all three of us have our significant others in it.
It's the best
Yeah,
thing
and
ever.
sometimes it can be super stressful, but most of the time it's absolutely incredible.
There's definitely pros and cons to it. There's good things about it, but it's also like really easy to get stressed with each other, and it's just important to like no, like okay, it's business. But no, I there's some really like beautiful things about it for sure.
Yeah, one of the things Laura and I struggle with is just trying to like separate that personal relationship from wanting to work all the time. Our conversations just always revolve around work, and it's never like that personal feeling of like, hey, we are a husband and wife too at the same time. So that's our biggest like crux of like, we're drivers.
Yeah.
We want to work
Like
all the time.
if you go on a date on a Saturday night, like not just talking about the shipments you
Yes.
have coming in and what you're gonna do, that like trying to talk about other things.
Yep. And it's so tough
Jim.
not to. I feel like every conversation just draws right back to that.
No, dude, we have a
But
rule.
it's
The
amazing.
second,
I mean, to share that the victories together is, I mean, amazing. Go ahead. Sorry, Ari.
yeah. No, I'm just saying, like, I definitely sharing the victories. Like, we had probably one of our biggest days last year that we've had in a while. But like, we make a rule that when we walk home, it's like before we get to this one part in Tribeca, we can talk about work, and then afterwards, there's no talk about work, and then we go to a gym class together every night because I'm trying to get on my wedding
I like that.
grind.
That's awesome.
Love that.
Since we run 24/7, it's like it's always there. There's always someone live that we can watch, that we can like, check numbers on, whatever. And so it's like we can't ever walk away from it. There's always a question, there's always a phone call, there's always whatever. So a little different. Speaking of 24 hours, Katie, you got any interest? Is there
I don't
a
think
hope
so.
someday? No, I'd stay that way.
I would love to like see what your numbers look like with all of that, but I don't think I could do that. Like I commend you for that. Because you're right. Like if I already feel like there's always a phone call and there's always an email and I don't know how you like are you good like mentally?
Man, there are days like the way Laura, we had the dream of 24 hours, one channel, right? And we
Okay.
hit that last year before Christmas, and it was really great. The way we built it, it was all like, it was really heavy on commissions. And when we first started, we were just running like target close and stuff like that. And so it was really like small margins and the commission rates weren't crazy and it made sense for us. Then all of a sudden Zappos came along and our price points for stuff went sky high and we were paying through the nose for commission. Like some of our streamers are making like $6,000 a week, like crazy.
Yeah.
And so we got to the end of last fourth quarter and we were like, we got nothing left over. Like, what the heck happened? And we just paid all of it out. The structure of the business just wasn't good.
So you weren't really making anything.
No. So then this year it was like, we wanted to hold all that staff. We wanted to hold them all. And the dream was 2 streams. And we thought, okay, fourth quarter is going to be amazing with 2 streams. So the verdict's kind of out. It's been a really incredible start to the fourth quarter, but it's like we take an L for the first 9 months of the year, holding that much staff and just trying to like break even or make a little bit so that in the fourth quarter, we can capitalize on being live 48 hours a day, essentially. So it's good, but it's a lot of headaches. It's a lot of staff to manage. Ari and I talk about it a lot on the podcast. Laura and I, we'll see how the fourth quarter goes. Really like mental health wise, it's been a lot for us.
It is a lot. I don't know how you do it because my mental health takes such a toll and I'm only live like 25 hours a week.
You can pull that off. Laura could pull that off herself, but now we have this staff. My mom works for us, my cousins work for us. Like they quit their big jobs to come and work for us and believe in our vision and to afford them. Now I'm in a position where it's like I have to be live that often to do that. So
Right.
we're trying to rebrand a little bit more towards your style, where it's more of like a curated feel. It's higher end, get away
Right.
from the Macy's and the Target and the JC Penney and more towards that. So that's helping where you can get better margins on items. When you're
Hmm.
making 50 cents to $1.50 an item, you got to sell a lot of freaking items a day for that to make sense. So we're trying to move more in that direction. So we'll see. The verdict's out. I'll report back in January and let you know how.
Really love to know. I really would love to know.
Yeah. So right now the sales are really good. I agree with
Wait,
you.
do you talk about your sales?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
We're a wide open book.
okay, so what are you doing what are you projected to do this year?
So I think we are probably going to, which is funny, we are probably going to do 6 million in sales this year, maybe
Okay.
7. And
Okay.
it sounds wonky because you
So you
guys are
don't
at 10 million running
I
smaller
got it.
ones, but I would be willing to bet that our margins look a lot different. So
Right.
our AOVs are a lot smaller than your guys's are, but what we're pulling from them is better. And so it just looks a little bit different.
Right.
Um, so yeah, as a company, I don't know what we'll have for a takeaway. It really kind of comes down to this last month and a half.
I thought that looking at my profit for the year, I thought it was going to blow last year's out of the water, but I'm actually on the same track of last year's profit as I am this year. And I was shocked by that. But I think it's because, like, everyone is in such a stage of growth right now that we have invested so much money in warehouses and workers to get to that next level. Because we were already kind of like, we've already stepped up, but now we're going like a third step. And we're in like all of these bigger sellers, we're in a weird stage of like, where are we going from here? Are we gonna try to grow more? Are we gonna stay where we are? And that costs money. Like, I paid off my warehouse. That was like $200,000. And that obviously affects my yearly what I've made. So in hindsight, it is impressive to still be on track to make the same as I did last year.
We all target different margins based off my business is different than your business, Katie. Like
Hmm.
I'm like you have like I would love to know how you've kept your overhead so tight. Valerie always touches
Well,
on that. Like your overhead is just like it doesn't seem like you have any overhead. And maybe I'm wrong, but it like
I
sounds like
really don't. Like,
yeah.
I bought land and I built a warehouse on it. So my cost there is I'm not paying. I had looked to rent places, and there's pros to rent because when you don't have enough space, you're like, oh, I can just rent more space. But when you've got a building, it's like this is what it is. Like you, so I only have 3,300 square feet, and we make it work. But I mean, I'm quick to move pallets, and I'm quick to stagger a shipment. I think we could probably fit like 70 pallets in there, but like I have 150 pallets ordered right now. And so it's going to be my job to like make sure I am like, and it is stressful, but it's quarter 4. It's like, all right, I just got to get through this next like month and a half and it'll all be worth it.
I would love to honestly move my operation. I talk about this every single day. Like I would move to Indiana. I would move maybe not Virginia. I don't think Northern Virginia is cheap by any means, so probably not Northern Virginia, but like I would move to Indiana. I would
Richmond.
Where are you near Carytown?
I mean, Carytown is a single road in
I don't know.
Virginia,
I
but I'm
I just know Richmond because of VCU. That's it. I've spent some time
okay.
over.
So I'm probably like 35 minutes from Cary
It's a
Street.
beautiful area. I just like New York and New Jersey is just actually insane. My old office in New York, just one of them was $8,000 a month. The other one was $4,000 a month. And then we had the basement, which was another $1,000 a month. And then we had this warehouse. It's just astonishing. Like I've recently
Right.
reduced my workforce in half because I think you can run Whatnot so lean. All you really need is the
Right.
hero. You're a hero, Katie. I'm a hero. Stephanie's a hero, and this new Willie guy, he's doing amazing too. So like, Whatnot is all about the heroes. Like you can't just like, and I know you tried this too, and I've tried this. It's just hiring a bunch of people, having multiple different channels, and it just doesn't work. Like you are the
Yeah.
face of your brand at the end of the day.
I totally agree. Yeah, it's my numbers like And it helps, like, and y'all probably relate to this, like when there's like a significant other duo, they tend to latch on to the significant other as
Mm-hmm.
well because it's so close to you.
Yeah.
So like I've found that like Parker streaming, I do get pretty good numbers still. But if I were to just go find anyone, like I wouldn't really get the same, like I make so much more when I'm selling than if someone else were coming on and doing it for me. So
110%. Yeah, we've gotten Laura back to streaming for this whole first the whole first 6 months of this year. That was that's where our sales really took a hit this year. Is we were some days we were streaming 3 hours a day, and then other days it's like, well, now we're 24, and like we went back and forth on so much stuff and our structure and how we built it and how many staff members. At one point we had almost 40 staff members, and we cut that down quite a bit. Same deal.
wow. Where are you located?
Minnesota.
Is that an expensive area?
Yes and no. I would say in
What's minimum
general,
wage?
1560 or something like that.
Okay, I think minimum wage here is like 13 or 14.
Okay. Yeah, I would say the area that we're in is pretty rural but classier. I don't know. We're right outside of Rochester, which has Mayo Clinic, so it brings in a lot of people from all over the country.
Okay.
So it's a little more expensive here than it would be in rural Minnesota.
Okay.
But I would say like Indiana, Kentucky, like those are going to be your best places if you're looking to up and move, Ari. And you're centralized, which is really nice, pulling
Going to
shipments from
Indiana.
either coast. Yep, you should.
I'm probably not going to actually go to Indiana. I'm probably going to, I think the plan here is I'm going to take 8,000 square feet in Long Island City and just do that, honestly. Right now, my commute every day.
How do you operate out of 8,000 square feet? That's crazy.
Let me tell you something real quick, though. Every day, people don't know this. I'd have to take a car from Tribeca to my warehouse, and it's each way is like an hour and 10 minutes. It makes no sense.
Ari, move.
I know, dude. It's so bad.
It would drive me insane if I spent
It's draining
3 hours
me.
of my day in the car.
It's actually
Insane.
so draining that the driver shows up here at 2:50 on the dot, because if we miss that window to like 3:10, the traffic coming back, I didn't even get back till 5:10 yesterday. And I left at 2:50.
Not a chance.
Listen, it's just so, it's my next project right now. We'll just put it that way. I'm looking. I got some amazing people helping me find space. It's just like, I'm probably also going to sign a new space in New York in Tribeca, but like, I just want to get out of the city. I think me and Valerie are done in New York. There's no point to be here. It is so expensive.
I couldn't live. I'm a country girl.
I can't do it anymore.
Have you seen his setup? He's literally in an office.
No, I haven't.
Yeah,
but
he has to take an elevator to bring his product up to his office.
That is not how this business runs.
No, not anymore. That's how it used to be. Now we're in 6,000 square feet down here. Before, it used to be all my stuff was in the basement, and we would take it up in an elevator. We'd have only specific pallets at the office every week, and people would have to like, or it was, I highly recommend, guys, keep everything under one roof. If that's one thing that I could tell that these two are doing very well, is keeping everything under one roof. If you can keep everything under one roof, whether it's in your house, whether it's in your garage, whether it's wherever, keep it all in one roof and keep your operation lean, and you will be okay. Like, if anybody's listening,
square feet do you have?
What?
Depends on how you look at it. Right now we have
one roof in the warehouse.
So I think our single one is 16,000, and then we have a second building that's probably close to 10, and then we have a lot of storage units.
Mm-hmm. That's huge.
I want to build a 30,000 square foot, but they quoted us like $4.5 million to build it, so we're just not there yet.
Yeah. That's a lot.
Wild. But that would have like a dedicated storefront in the front, office building, and then in the back portion, it would have 3 separate streaming bays and a loading dock and all that kind of stuff. So it would be the perfect setup right now. What we're doing is it works, but it's not as efficient as it should be.
Right.
Okay.
I have a question.
What's your... Yeah, go ahead.
So Katie, like, what would be like your top advice for somebody just starting out right now? Like, what should they do and what should they not do? What I was just
about to ask.
Well, it's what I've been thinking this whole time. Like, this is the golden ticket.
My top advice would be for them to source product that they actually love, because it's very hard to sell a product that you don't stand behind. I just watched a podcast of a lady who did 42 million in sales in one live stream, and her advice as well was to make sure you are selling something that you love, because otherwise there's just no way you can top those kind of numbers if you don't love the product. They need to feel that you're moved by it, or you need to be moved by the money or something. I don't know. But I mean, I don't know. I think I could pretend to like something for that.
That's insane.
It definitely is easier when you love what you sell. But I would say, like, just before you go live, making sure you're prepared. Maybe buying my course. I'm just kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, watching YouTube videos of other people who have done shows. Like, a lot of what I learned was just from watching other sellers go live. Like, it's not copying, it's just getting inspiration and feeling more comfortable, utilizing the rehearsal mode on Whatnot. If you've never gone live, they have a great mode rehearsal, and it's literally looks just like you're live, and you can run things, you can pin giveaways. And so just getting like familiarized and building up your confidence so that you can have a successful show.
That's so good. I'm glad that you add the rehearsal mode, because I feel like so many people are just like, I'm going to put a phone on a stand and click the button and then I'll figure it out afterwards.
Yeah.
That's not the first impression that you want, especially with the way that Whatnot has been pushing shows. Make sure you have your stuff figured out beforehand. And then the other portion that Katie was talking about earlier, shipping. People think the live stream is the tough part. Well, a lot of times the after effect is really where it gets difficult. Do you have all the boxes or the poly bags that you need? Do you know how to print labels and generate? I would say 90% of the questions that Ari and I get on here revolve around shipping.
Yeah, there's a lot of uncertainty around shipping process.
Hey, let's talk shipping. Whatnot came out with a new feature here, fam.
I cannot believe that when you said that. Okay, so what? Tell me about this.
Yes. So we kept getting a pop-up every single time that we would log into our account, and it popped up and it was like, you want to be part of the beta?
Don't touch it.
So we're like, let's just not touch it and it won't be a problem. Well, then Friday comes around and Laura's
I'm going on my Whatnot right now.
Laura got on there on Friday to generate some labels, and she's like, I can't generate the labels. And we're like, what do you mean we can't generate the labels? And she's like, I think we got enrolled in this beta. So we called our rep right away, and she's like, yeah, I had no clue either. They just rolled it out and they didn't tell any of us. So now her phone's blowing up of all these people that were pissed off. So on Friday, I had to go to T-Mobile and get 3 cell phones because iPads wouldn't work. On an iPad, you have to actually take a photo and then scroll through all the buyers of your show and click that person's name to show that you ship their stuff. So now we have 3 iPhones that are set up on our shipping bay like we're Walmart and you're in a self-checkout. You have to, every single time.
I have to scrap that rollout.
We have to go and put it under there and wait for it to scan the barcode. And then when it scans the barcode, it pops up with the username saying that you shipped that item. And that's our way that we ship now. You don't have to mark things as shipped anymore or any of that kind of stuff. You just literally have to package the whole package and take a photo. And our rep's like, well, it's kind of like DoorDash, so they can see your package before it gets shipped out. I was like, my goodness, it doesn't prove anything. Somebody could just take a bag of air and put it under there and just be like, yep, here's your package.
So is this going to roll out to everyone?
That's the way that she's making it sound.
Well, I will tell you, the best way to not have them roll something out is by everyone complaining about it.
Yes.
The more that we all complain, the better.
We were on that. We were talking with Ari and I the whole day with the Discount Twins on Friday, and they were livid too because they had it rolled out to them and they had no plan of attack either. So yeah, it sounds like...
How can you just roll something out and then you're running to the store to try to figure out... That's so unfair.
Listen to me, and I'm going to say this one time and one time only. Valorie's getting on with Kavia today, and I told Valerie already to tell her we are not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
The thing is...
I don't have an account manager. I told them, I said this... I used to do like the weekly meetings like with my account manager, and I was like, I'm done. This is stupid. Like, what does this do? I love Jules.
I love Jules. Jules, if you're listening to this right now, all of us
to come back to
sellers, we miss you. We miss you.
Kavya is awesome too. But
Well, I don't even talk to them because at a certain point they were giving me like a new like rep every 2 weeks, and I was like, what is going on? Like, I'm done introducing myself and them trying to learn my business, and then you're giving me a new person every week.
it
Yeah,
got
it's
old.
not
I
cool. It's a
agree.
waste
We
of
had the same
time.
issue. We had our first rep, and 2 weeks later, it was like, this email no longer exists. And we're like,
Yeah, like
So,
what the
yeah.
heck? You don't want to tell them all about your business for them to just be gone.
I don't want to
Yeah. And a
roast
lot of
whatnot, but
times I
like
know
I
Chris
get
had,
they try to introduce us to all different people every time. I got to speak to this person on marketing and speak to this person in this. Like, you guys just want to know my information. Like that's
I was
Jules,
going to
all.
say, Chris felt the same way, that every time it just turned into them trying to pull a bunch of information so that
they
they
just
could,
want your
yeah.
sources. Never tell them. Never tell
Yeah.
them. And
Now
Jules was the best. Jules was the best one I've ever had.
there's a
Straight up,
reason she
yo.
got promoted for
Yeah, now
sure.
she
But
runs all
now
of
they're
That's true.
starting
product.
to do sourcing. Have you guys got
Yeah,
any
I
of
want
those
to talk
emails
about
yet?
that. I want to talk about that. I got a weird phone call
For
the other
shit's
week.
sake.
Dude, I got a weird phone call from I'm not going to say their name, but they called me up and they go, "Well, we want to list a bunch of your inventory and we're going to just wholesale it out to people." And I'm like, "Well, what do you mean?" Like, they're looking now, they're not looking to go principal, which in PE talk is like buying the actual inventory. What they want to do is use us to broker out our inventory, and then they want to take a fee. Like, when I rolled out the whole entire pallet category last year, I was one of the first sellers to manifest pallets and do it all under Jules and all that. And they had all these rules. They
Right.
said, you must manifest everything. You must do this. You must do that. And then they just completely rolled it out to everybody. And then people get scammed left and right now by people just throwing caca in a box. Are you going to bring back Caitieco 2?
Was that my Canada one?
Now, I don't know if it was your Canada one. You had Caitieco 2, Caitieco 3, Caitieco Beauty. Do you think
Probably
you're going to do a
not,
second? No.
honestly. No.
It's tough. I mean, it's tough to build a second channel. We tried a
I like,
third
you know what?
this year
Everyone's
and
been
it was
asking me.
awful.
Everyone's been asking me, what's your next step for growth? And I'm like, I'm happy where I am right now. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't need that. Like, I'm good.
Don't go backwards. That's your game
Yeah.
plan. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I feel like we're at that spot too now where it's just like, I just don't want to go backwards. So next year, in the
Yeah.
first 9 months of the year, I'm just going to not take L's and then capitalize on the fourth quarter. That's the whole hope.
For sure.
Maybe I asked this already. What's your favorite product to run? I don't think I did ask that.
I've whatever makes me the most money. I'm just kidding.
We love honesty.
Like, I mean, I think it just depends. Like, if it's, I like all things that girls like. Like, so I like selling beauty, and but like honestly, it comes down to because I like all women's products. So like, I'm happy with anything that's women related, but I like the ones that make me the most money specifically.
What has been your best buy that you've ever made?
Lord & Bell.
Lord & Bell was? Really? We ran some of it, and I know Laura really liked it, but our margins weren't like crazy on it.
Mine were insane. I did 60K in sales one night, and it was 2 hours. 2 hour show, 60K, and I want to say like maybe 15K my cost.
That's amazing.
Wow, let's go.
I have
That's
the
awesome.
one golden question that everybody's going to want to know is, how did you, because I feel like you've done this in the last year, is like implement your buy it now to really, really move inventory. And what you've done, and you've been very clear on this, is you're not flash sailing. So how have you been able to implement your buy it now to move? I'm talking volume for our listeners that are listening. I'm telling you that this woman here is selling thousands of items in her buy it now per show outside of the amazing inventory she's selling. So how have you been able to really use the buy it now to your advantage? How would you explain it to somebody else that's maybe looking to start using the buy it now? And why do you think it's better than a flash sale? It's kind of a loaded question, but that is like,
Well, I do use the flash sales within my bin. So sometimes like I will price it a couple dollars more just with in mind that we are going to do 20% off for a 2 hour show. So, my one complaint with the flash sale feature is that I wish it lasted longer. Like, I wish it would just like stay there for a whole month. Like, I want it to like say that so that So that's why the flash sales kind of annoy me sometimes, because I don't want to have to constantly go back and go in there and do it. But I think like because I've been implementing it for so long, people just know like when I'm live to go and check the bin, because there's going to be new items in there every single day at crazy price points. And it's kind of just training your audience to know that's how you sell a lot of your products, and they just know they don't want to miss out. So they go in there and look at it. I mean, the bin is amazing because it works for you while you're working, and that's really important. So if I can get, I'm all about like how can I get off of live like a little bit sooner. Like I'd love for all my shows just to be 2 hours, and how you can do that is by selling more product while you're already selling product.
What do you think about the new feature with the videos that they rolled out? Are you gonna take part in that?
I don't know. I think it depends on the product. I'm in no space right now to figure out how something else works right now. If it's easy, then I might upload a video. It's very TikTok.
Yeah.
It's really TikTok. And I like it. I think it could be good. I buy a lot of products on TikTok through that feature, and I did commend them in the email saying like this is a good feature.
Yeah, we've been on it. We don't have them submitted yet, but our team is almost done making our first like set of them. So we're intrigued to see how that's going to work
Yeah.
out.
Let me know.
I might do it. I might do it with some diamond earrings here soon.
Ooh. Yeah, the bin's been huge for us. Doing flash sales has been massive. We talked with them about, like you had mentioned, it's so annoying with the flash sales. You want to run 10 of them, and then everybody's got to go in your buy it now and find all 10 of them. Why isn't there a tab for it? Why isn't there a button on the main screen where they can just click it and see the flash sales that are running right now? And then I can just keep running items, and it makes it much more efficient.
Whatnot is always steps ahead, but also like a couple steps behind at the same time.
Yep. Agreed. Some of the things that seem so simple to me are some of the things that they just don't have or execute. And then there's features where it's like, oh dang, that's pretty cool. And I would have never thought about it.
I do overall commend them on the platform they've built, and
110.
I can only imagine what that would be like to build that, and a lot of it is built. It's the best live streaming platform by far.
Amen.
Easily.
Amen.
Yeah. And we've tried a couple other ones. Yeah. So
I can't believe you wasted any time with Jamble.
I didn't waste any time with Jamble. I'm
Ari?
saying that.
Did a 16-year-old girl onboard you on how to sell out of her bedroom?
I did not even. They came into my DMs like a million times, and we just kept saying no, 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 no. Jamble's a waste of time.
Yeah, it's a waste.
So Ari touched on this earlier, and I think we kind of squirreled away from it. But what margins are you shooting for? Do you have like a set, I'm buying this for $10, I want to sell it for 20, or do you just kind of let the product happen and you just take whatever you can?
Well, I had to really start looking at that because I didn't realize, like, I kind of had an awakening a couple weeks ago of like, dang, we spend a lot in packaging and boxes and bubble wrap. So I wasn't even realizing, but I was selling certain products and like washing my margins because I didn't realize that like we're spending $1 in bubble wrap to wrap a candle. So I think it just depends on what it is. Like if it's a candle, I'm gonna at least try to put it in for double what my cost was, like before whatnot fees, because I mean it's gonna eat away after, you know. Also, you have to look at like the deal you got. It's not always about like what percentage I want more. Sometimes you get a really good deal and like, you know, like you gotta value that for what it is. I price things to sell fast because I need it to sell fast. So I would say like if I buy a candle for $2, I'll probably price it like let's say I paid $2.75 landed. So then I'll probably price it around like 7 or 8, and then you know it doesn't leave me with much after employees and stuff. But because it's a bin item and it's working for me while I'm working, I don't need as good of margins there.
Makes sense.
But
Wow.
it just depends. Like sometimes I'll dollar start it just to see where their head is at, and then I know what to price it for.
Yeah, that's definitely our method as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let the market decide. Sometimes I'll buy something and I personally value it at a much different thing, whether that's way lower or way higher than what the market decides that should be at.
And the market will tell you.
They definitely will, and they'll tell you if they're not interested too. It's definitely important to know what your buyers want.
God, I have this tanning product stuff I need to move. It's my fault though. I bought 75,000 units of it. I don't know why. I just was super impulsive. And now I have 25,000 tanning products. If y'all want any, I'm literally selling it for pennies. I'm over it.
Just take it, throw it all in a box,
like
and run it at
30
$1.
It's like $30 retails. I think I'm about to do that. I'm about to sell. It's $400 case packs. I'm about to dollar start them.
Do it.
That's wild. Ari, how is the big Italian buy going for you?
Dude, it is so insane. It's honestly really
Sorry, still
exciting, and I'll talk about the reason why it's really exciting is because it proves the concept to anybody else that's out there with like luxury goods is like that the customer base is officially there, I think, at this level of volume. Like I've been running it for 4 days now, and like it's done very well. And it's a whole entire new way of selling for us because it's not just like run and gun and run and gun. Like you got to explain it, I got to measure it, I got to talk about it. But it really does show that like if you have a brand that you've already built on Whatnot, then you really can sell anything. I really feel like all of us here have built an audience, built a brand,
Ari and his ratchet Wi-Fi.
I was gonna say, is he breaking up for you too?
Yeah, he's got to get something for that.
You really, you never know what you're gonna get with Ari. Sometimes he shows up early, sometimes he shows up 2 days later,
I'm
sometimes his
dead.
Wi-Fi is crazy. Okay, closing thoughts.
Okay.
Anything that you would recommend, pitfalls people should stay away from? What's your motivation?
Right now, I would recommend people buy things at low cost of good if they can, because I feel like Whatnot is like going. It was weird. Like for a while, it was like dollar starts, dollar starts. Then it was like higher starts. Now, like the people want dollar starts again, and it's just like constantly changing. Like you have to be ready to pivot. Whether it's like the trends are like you have to pay attention to trends. Trends are constantly changing. Pay attention to what your other seller friends are doing. Chat with them. It's really important to touch base, like even like what we did today, and just like it is like also like comforting to hear from like other people who are going through what you go through daily. So just like getting friends in the space, and yeah, that's kind of my closing points.
Yeah, Ari and I talk about that a lot. This is like our therapy every week
Yeah,
because people just don't. It's so tough to understand what we do, and it's fun to
yeah,
get together with people who get it, who understand like how much of a
for
pain in the
sure.
ass it can be and how amazing it can be. So I definitely agree there. Ari, thanks for joining
dude.
us.
Dude, I guess I'm in like a concrete box. It's so ratchet, but
Wait, so Ari, if you leave at 3 o'clock, are you done with your day at 3 o'clock?
no, it still goes on and on. Then I got phone calls, and then I got buying calls, and then I have to. I'm constantly so like I'm working on a bigger picture outside of Whatnot. It's called LVSL, which stands for live sales. And back in July of 24, um, I did a transaction with a merchant bank, and they're very bullish on live sales. So we're looking to figure out ways to help everybody in the live sales space, specifically brands. We want brands to feel
Right,
comfortable that it is okay to sell on Whatnot. Like your free
right,
people, like all of the major players, they're going to come over here, and they're going to be looking for the Caitiecos, the Our Cozy Corners, all of these
right.
people to really pioneer this. Because I'm sorry, but like free people, the days are numbered there. They're going to jump on. Like everybody wants to control their reverse at the end of the day.
True.
So everything you're doing right now by building your brand is just perfect for that. But yeah, I'm in a concrete box, Dusty. So we're going to have to move the studio once again.
Believe it when I see it. Well, Caitie, thank you so much for being a part of this today. Thank you for giving us some of your
Thank you.
really valuable time. Thank you for all the insight and everything that you do from Ari and I. If nobody else says it, we highly respect you and everything that you've done. And really, everybody who's selling, like Ari said, should give you your flowers
Thank
for,
you.
I mean, just A, being so young and doing that,
It's
and B, just the
incredible.
way that you've done it.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
We really appreciate you being on here. Thank you for your time. Thank you
Yep.
guys for following along on this crazy adventure. Hopefully you guys took something from today. If you didn't, you should watch it back because there's a lot of great information to learn here. Make sure that you check out Katie's course on Friday. Hit the
Katie's
like and
course.
subscribe button. And yes, we will see you next week. Peace.
Peace.